Hello, my beautiful planty people, and how are you doing today? I'm doing great. I hope you are all well. For those of you who are new here, hi, hello, my name is Nikki. This is my channel, Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. And for those of you who are gluttons for punishment and keep coming back for more, it is so lovely to see you back again. I just want to let you know that I appreciate all you guys taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. It means so much to me. You know, you could be doing all of these other wonderful things and instead you choose to spend your time with me, and I appreciate it so much more than I can blather on to you. So it is that time of year again where it is time for me to show you a tour of all of the things I've got going on here. So this time around I'm going to split it into two videos. So the first video will be posted on one day, and then my next regular upload day it will be posted. I'm not sure which day this is going to be posted on, either Friday or Sunday. So if this is posted on Friday, then my second video will be posted on Sunday. If it's posted on Sunday, then my next video will be posted on Wednesday. You kind of see where I'm going with that? I'm glad you understand. Anyways, I thought I would just split it in half this time. They are probably going to be a little bit longer of a video. It is kind of hard to get through 250 plus houseplants in the span of one video. They're going to be two 40 to 50 minute videos probably, if I can refrain from yammering on long enough. Anyway, so today is part one of my fall plant tour. So without further ado, here's part one. Okay guys, here we go. I'm not going to show you everything right now. I think there's not a whole lot that has changed other than like the main area over here. So I'm not going to show you anything that I have in the kitchen. It's pretty much the usual sort of stuff. So I think I'm just going to start here, and I'll just kind of split the living room in half, video one and video two. Anyway, this is a hot mess over here. Check out this mess. So you have my two-piece lilies like usual. She could probably use some water. She's looking a little droopy. Here is one of my propagations for my gloriosum that I have to take down into my grow tent. So that's on my to-do list. I have part of my little Florida ghost right here, and actually this is quite a sad story. So this was hanging in my window, and it was bigger. It was like, you know, bigger, and it had all these white leaves, and it was beautiful. I noticed the other day that it had spider mites. So when I was taking it out of the window, it was in a hanging like macrame, I snapped the whole top portion of the plant off. So it's now in there. I'm not sure if you can see her in there. Ugh. Anyway, so we got rid of the spider mites, and the top half is in there, hopefully rooting. That's the plan. And then this little guy I have to still find a spot for on the shelves, so I haven't done that yet. Okay, so let's just start here. So this is my string of hearts. Not much has changed with her. I have been struggling to try to feed more cuttings into the top of here to fill out the top, but it's not happening with that plant for some reason. I don't know if it's just because there's not enough light on the top, but it is what it is. I've got some other pots growing anyways, so once they get a little bit more established, then maybe I'll just repot the whole thing and put all of them in there. We'll see what happens. Up there is my original Nepenthes plant, my pitcher plant. So there's now two grown in there. It grew a whole new baby, so there's two plants in there, and it's just starting to grow the pitchers. They're just teeny tiny. Down from that right here, I have my Black Pagoda lipstick plant. So there's two of them in there. My original one, and then Paula gave me hers. Down from that, we have my variegated lipstick plant. Look how cool those leaves are. Can we focus on them maybe? There we go. Like, how cool are they? Such a cute plant, and it grows so fast. Like, this was a tiny little cutting like just a couple months ago. It's wild. And then beside that, this crazy thing that's growing up here, over there, over here, down here, is my Monstera adansonii narrow form. I tried to get it to all grow across here with the little mini command strips, but it just wants to grow back towards the light, which is why there's this huge bunch of leaves right there, because it kind of turned around on itself and is growing back the other way. You just cannot control nature. Nature finds a way. Down from that right here, let me move my chair. Woo! This is my Alocasia Frydek, looking fantastic and beautiful. So this is a new leaf after I repotted her and stuff, so it is a little bit smaller. It's still a good size, but it just takes some time for them to kind of recuperate. So if you do get smaller leaves after repotting or something like that, then don't be too alarmed. It happens. But down here, oh, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Anyway, down here we have a little new baby there. So that is just the cutest thing ever. It's adorable. So we are gonna have more baby Frydeks here shortly. Okay, let's move over here. This is the first, I call them my Home Depot shelves. We have some, you know, fun fall Halloween decor there. So let's get right in here. So right in the front here, this is my Philodendron fibrosum. So these are the ones that will end up getting extremely hairy petioles. This one doesn't have super hairy petioles just yet, but it will. And these leaves just get absolutely beautiful. They have this gorgeous heart shape, and they're very, what I always refer to as pillowy looking. So I'm excited to see that one get bigger. But the leaves are starting to get big fast. Like, this is the most recent leaf, which is bigger than my hand. The leaf before that was like this tiny little thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing the next leaf and how big that one is. Behind that here, we have my Syngonium albo. This is my favorite leaf. It's so pretty. But she's got a lot of gorgeous variegation. This plant grows so well and so quickly. I've taken 3 propagations off her, and it just keeps shooting back. And one of those, and another propagation actually that I just put down in the pot, so now there's multiple plants growing down there. Love that plant so much. Beside her, we have my Philodendron glorious, looking glorious enough to her name. That's her newest leaf there. It is absolutely beautiful. I just love how that looks. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that this was the first leaf after the propagation, and I don't know if I can get you in to see this, if you can see a difference. So this leaf is actually shiny, and there is no fuzz, no velvetiness to that leaf, whereas this leaf is velvety, and so is this one. So I think the only reason that might have happened is because that leaf was still in its sheath when I cut the top of that plant off to propagate the whole plant, if you saw that video. And that leaf unfurled in my greenhouse. So that's the only thing that I can think of as to why that may have happened. So I don't know, but it's really, really cool anyway, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It's just gorgeous. And beside that, we have my Philodendron melanochrysum, who is starting to do better. Now I have heard, I have been experiencing, and I have heard that this is a thing, but I think I figured out how to fix it. So melanochrysums are notorious for putting their own petioles through the new leaves. And so if you are experiencing that with a melanochrysum, or for that matter with any other philodendron or whatever, I have found the best way to do that is to really, really stay on top of it. spray it down frequently so that it kind of lubricates the leaf a little bit and doesn't have as much of a tendency to stick. And that is the only way that I can get these leaves without those little puncture holes or marks on them. So far so good. It's looking good. I may do like a video on the plant in general if anybody wants to see that. I don't know, or maybe there's a million of them on YouTube already. Anywho, that is my melanochrysum, and that is what I have done to get her leaves to come out normal. Okay, if we look down from that guy, we have this squamiferum. This is a philodendron, and these leaves are really starting to look amazing. Nice and shiny and green, and I love them. And they're getting so fuzzy. Look at the fuzz. Ooh, the fuzz. And I love how they have that red. You can see that there. It looks so cool. I love it. So that is my philodendron squamiferum. Beside her we have my beautiful and my lovely and wonderful silver dragon, my alocasia silver dragon. So let me take this guy out so you can see him a little better. Oh, he's heavy. So you can see it's got lots of leaves and it's staying nice and tight and compact. I keep the light above it and that keeps the leaves nice and compact so you're not getting these really long leggy petioles. And it's just a beautiful plant. And look, how cute is that? It's a little baby. Oh my god, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, so I'm pretty excited about that because we're going to have a new one here soon. So that is my silver dragon. Get her back in there without killing anything. Okay. Down here we have this beautiful lady. This is the philodendron esmeraldense. And so the leaves are more narrow when the plant is more juvenile. But this is the first leaf it's given me since I've got it, and it is nice. They're starting to get long, and what I love about these plants is they get these ripples and then this nice bright vein, which is characteristic of the esmeraldense. My Anthurium esmeraldense is very similar. It has this vein, so I'm assuming that that is kind of relative in some way, although to be honest with you, I'm not sure in what way. Maybe I'll look into that. The next plant is this one. This is fairly new, and I know she's kind of tucked in here, but this is my Peace Lily Picasso, and I am so excited for this plant to fill in. The leaves are just so unique, and it just has like really, really cool variegation. This is the newest leaf here. It's just little, but I'm very, very excited to watch this one grow because it's just so neat. So cool. Then beside that we have this guy here. So this is fairly new as well. This is my Rhaphidophora decursiva, if you can see that there. I love the color of these leaves. It's a very dark green, a very dark shiny green, and they're just really, really pretty. So that guy has 2 leaves and they're starting to get their splits. So as the leaf matures, or as the plant matures, the leaves will get larger and they will have like multiple splits in them, and they kind of look like a monstera, but they're not connected. They're more of splits than like actual holes, if that makes any sense. So the plant will just continue to do this all the way up. It's really, really cool. So I'm really excited about that one. I think that's, oh my goodness, I miss Paisley. Poor Paisley. So this is, you guys know, Paisley, my variegated banana tree. So she is growing a new leaf right here that you can see that's looking scary white. I'm really hoping that there is some green on that leaf, but honestly, it's not looking like it. So that's kind of horrifying. These plants, when their leaves are immature, are already very, very delicate and very sensitive to pretty much anything. Light, too much humidity, not enough humidity, water being left on the leaves and that kind of thing. So having an all white leaf just makes that all the more scary. So we will see. I'll show you guys a photo of that once it unfurls. So if you're not following me on Instagram already, go ahead over there and follow me, because that's where you'll see all of my updates. Okay, so let me, oh, I forgot about this guy. Oh, I'm sorry, guy. So that right there is my, come on now. Sorry, is my Hoya lacanosa silver Eskimo. Hoya lacanosa silver Eskimo. That sounds right. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, the leaves are so cool. These leaves are so incredibly splashy. I can't get in too much closer. I just fed him a drink, so he's looking a little thirsty, but he's got water, I promise. And that light makes him look kind of brownish, but it's not. The leaves are quite silvery and bluish looking. Anywho, this is the first time I've actually done a tour with this camera, so I apologize if I'm a little all over the place. Beside this here, we have this gorgeous, amazing planter, this hanging planter that I got from Liam at John Street Gallery, along with the plant that Liam sent me, which is so amazing. It's got new growth here at the top, and I just absolutely love this little, oh, it's a rickrack cactus, sorry. It's just so cool. I've always wanted one, and now I have one, and it's in a perfect pot, and I just love it to bits. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. Okay. Right here we have this beast. So this is my pink princess philodendron. Now there are actually 5 plants in this pot, so this is a big 10-inch pot, and I put the moss pole in the middle, and then I kind of planted the philodendrons around the outside. They have varying levels of pink, and I just finished propping this guy. This guy was probably like, where's my hand? Like way up here. And I just cut it all down. So I have about 10 to 15 pink princess propagations down in my Mars Hydro grow tent. And so they are all sprouting new growths, by the way. They all have these beautiful, wonderful dark pink new roots, and I just love it. And I gotta show you the pink on this leaf. Look at that leaf. How pretty is that? It's so cool. So I'm hoping that there's some pink on this new guy coming out here as well. But my whole goal was to get this big, huge, monstrous pink princess. And I think I finally got the lighting right. These guys don't like super bright light because you end up getting leaves that look like that or like that. I had this guy in my front window for a while. Can we focus? That would be lovely. And I think it was just a little bit too much light for him. So now we've moved it over here, and it seems to be doing much better, honestly. Here we go. That's a new leaf, so it still looks a little browny. Okay, moving down here. So I have moved all of my succulents over here, or not all of my succulents, a lot of my succulents right here, and kind of put this light here. So I find that's working out really well for me. I had them all in that greenhouse, but really I needed the space in that. So I just put them all here, so everything's in one place, and it's doing well. They're all growing and doing wonderfully. I have a few that are blooming. There's a bloom there, and there's one back there. So they really seem to be liking this spot, which is wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna go up here, but I need a ladder or a step stool, so hang on one second. Okay, up here on the top, in the back there, let me see if I can, I'm trying not to fall off of my step stool. There we go. So over there we have 2 pots of, so this first one here is variegated string of hearts, and you can see it goes down all the way down through there and way down there. She's doing really well. I've started putting more on the top here, so it's starting to fill out nicely. Back there we have some propagations that are starting to trail, so that's awesome. They really like this really bright light, so I've put it literally right underneath. I apologize for my Adansonii leaves. It wants to grow that way and so some of the leaves are getting too much light, but I just let her do what she wants to do. So that's what she gets, I guess. Right here we have my two little burl marks, variegated burl marks. They're so stinking cute. We got that one, and then we have this larger one here. I know it's kind of backlit, so it's hard to see. And it looks like we did get a new leaf here, but it does look pretty green, actually. But that's okay. Oh, God, that is it. Oh, stop doing that, Nikki. Oh, sorry, guys. Back there, we have my aloe, who is just doing fantastically and growing humongous. Here we have one of my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma plants. Now I picked this one up on a whim because there was variegation on a couple of these leaves, and I know it's a shot in the dark and I know it's not guaranteed, but I was kind of hoping that maybe some of that variegation would stick, but I don't think it's gonna. We'll see. I don't know. I'll keep you in the loop. But there she is. Beside that, I know it's a little dark. It looks darker on the camera. Is my philodendron black cardinal, and it's getting massive. Like, these leaves are huge, and it's doing so well. Definitely needs some water. Beside that, we have my regular green philodendron burl marks, who grows like a weed. Beside that, we have my Cissus discolor, whom I forgot to water, and now it's looking sad. But I just watered her, so hopefully she'll perk back up here in no time. And then beside that, we have a combo of my variegated Maranta and my red Maranta. Okay, let me try to get down from here with it falling. Okay, so now we'll move on to this shelf here. And we'll start, I guess, up here. So that right there is my philodendron El Chaco Red. I need to get her off of this shelf, but she seems to be liking that light. Although that leaf kind of bent funny. But anyway, she's got a new leaf coming in there. It is such a pretty plant. I love the back of these leaves. Look at, it's so pretty. But anyways, she's gonna come out of there probably tomorrow. Beside her, we have this Hoya Matilde that I put on this trellis that I made with my own two hands. I just took a coat hanger and wrapped jute around it, kind of bent it in the shape of a heart. And yeah, she's growing quite nicely up there. In front of her, we have my Alocasia Black Velvet. So look how soft. Focus. Oh my goodness. There we go. Such a pretty plant. Really good grower. When I first got this plant, it was not doing so well. And she has really snapped back. Look at those leaves. That texture is just unreal. Okay, and in front of that, we have my variegated Hoya Bella. So she's doing quite well. She's put on quite a bit of new growth here, which is lovely. She has her moments where she's doing really well, and then she kind of looks sad for a little while, and then she comes back, and she doesn't know what she wants, you know, like most women. We don't know what we want, we just want it now. Anyway, this is a little cutting that I got from Liam at John Street Gallery in this cute little pot. And that is a Syngonium. I think he sent it to me as a Wenlandii. Because I know there's the Wenlandii, and then there is the where am I going with this? Oh, and the Rayi. To be honest, I think they're the exact same plant. I have seen no proof that they are any different at all. So, until someone convinces me otherwise, I will continue to feel that way. Why aren't you focusing today? That's really annoying. Anywho, beside that is one of my newer Hoyas. So this is a Hoya elliptica. So there's two cuttings in here. The leaves are so cool. See if I can get you a good shot here. It's kind of hard to see them. That one's probably the best example of the way they look, the veins. It's kind of cool. But it's doing really well. I got this cutting from Paula. It's starting to grow some new leaves. Yeah, and she's doing quite well. Beside here we have this lady that refuses to grow. Refuses to bloom a second time. So this is the Hoya callistophylla. Such a beautiful plant. That veining is absolutely crazy stunning. And I would really enjoy some more leaves, but she just doesn't really want to provide me with those. So if anybody has any tips and tricks on how to give this guy what she wants to make her grow, please let me know. That'd be great. Beside that, we have this butterwort that has gone absolutely mental. Let me move this guy out of the way. As you can see, she's been catching all kinds of bugs, little fungus gnats, and I'm sure that's why she's grown so well. It has like doubled in size. And there's her little blooms. So pretty, and then she's got another little bloom on the way right there. So I kind of put her over here because I was starting to see some fungus gnats on this side of the house. So I put her there, and yeah, she has taken care of the fungus gnat situation and gotten fed at the same time, so it's a win-win. Okay, moving down, we have the majority of my Hoyas, I think, are probably right here. So right here we have this Hoya mapagira yellow, and she is getting some new leaves here. She also has a peduncle. Let's see if I can get behind there. Right there. And this type of Hoya doesn't get like the cluster flowers like a lot of Hoyas do. They have like a single big flower, and they're really neat looking. Behind that we have my Hoya polynera, which it's not doing poorly, it's just not really doing anything. So that has been a little frustrating lately, so that's something I've got to look into. I don't know what it is. I thought it was humidity, I thought it was light, but it seems to be fine in both categories, so I don't really know what her issue is. Anyway, moving along, beside that we have the Hoya, hold on, I forget what it's called. Let's look. Oh, Bangutensis. So some new leaves there. New leaf back here. And it's doing quite well. We've got quite the little vine there. I just like these leaves. They're really long, and the veins are really nice on them. But so cute. Behind that we have my Hoya Australis Lisa, who's doing really well. She's not getting super, like this light. They're enough to keep the plant healthy, but it's not bright enough to sun stress this Hoya. So she may not stay there because I really like it when they get sun stressed. They're so pretty with that red blushing. Beside that we have the Hoya Mitrata. So that's the one right back there. Sorry, it's hard to reach in there and get them. So they have the big, huge green splashy leaves as well. And by the feel of her, she needs a drink. My Hoyas are due for a drink, so I'll probably do that once I finish up here. Right there we have everybody's favorite, the Hoya icensis. So this is her biggest leaf right there. It is just massive. They kind of remind me of a forget-eye leaf, like in shape and veining. Like forget-eyes have the, do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Anyway, and I also love the marking on the outside. It's like a dark, it's not a margin, it's just an edge, I guess you would call it. So pretty. Down here we have my Hoya Crinkle 8, who's doing really well. She's growing down in here and up into my Pink Princess. Beside that we have my Hoya Lobii Black. Let me back up here. So this guy is growing kind of wonky. Let me see if you can stand here and see it. So it's kind of growing up here and then down here. I'm not a super fan of the growth pattern on how this Hoya grows. But if you've seen the flowers that this thing produces once it flowers, it's totally worth it. They are the coolest. They're this deep, deep, dark burgundy purple, like to the point where they look black. Anywho, she's got a spot on her leaf that I can't figure out. It looks like something got stuck. Weird. Anywho. Focus. That is what the leaves look like. So the leaves are really pretty. It's a cute plant. It's just, it kind of grows awkwardly to have like on a shelf because it just kind of like hangs there. Yeah. Beside her we have probably my personal favorite, the Hoya Viola. And she's kind of, let's bring her front and center here. So this is her. She was bigger, but I clipped a nice chunk off to give to my friend Paula. But it's still beautiful. Like, look at these leaves. Wow. That is something else. So pretty. Okay, we'll put her back in there. And that is everything on my Hoya shelf. So let me give you a view of everything I've shown you so far. There we go. That is what that whole area looks like. Guess I could have moved my stool. Alright, let's move on to the TV stand. Okay, the first thing we have here is my little Jack Daniels propagation bottle, and it's just got an Adansonii wide form in there. Looking good. Growing some roots. Woo! Awesome. Oh man, what have I done? Get in there. You got this. There we go. Okay. Whew. Just worried there for a minute. Beside that, we have this Rhaphidophora Hoya. And I've got it on this plank with some jute and some spag moss that I wet every day, but it's bone dry again. But I'm trying to get her to the point where her leaves start getting close together, and I have her right under this light. So I'm not sure why those leaves aren't tighter, but we're getting there. This is a fairly new plant to me, and you know, we have our learning curves, so, but she's doing well, super healthy. Beside that, we have the beautiful Imidurium zippalaneum. Look at these leaves. They are so cool. They just look reptilian. But it's a really, really cool plant. So what it does is it throws out these runners, and then the leaves, similar to a Hoya, then the leaves will come after that. Look at that. So cool. Absolutely love it. Such a great find. Next to her, we have my philodendron Atabapoense. I love the center of that plant. It's just so soft looking. The transition from that vein in the middle. And it's not like a green. It's very, it's like a pastel-y, it's like a matte kind of color. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, it's really pretty. And then the backs of the leaves are this gorgeous burgundy color. She hasn't put out a new leaf in a little while. She's threatening to do it here. There's that little stump, but that's as far as we've gotten. So we're waiting for her. Look at that. Yes. Okay, beside that, we have the unknown philodendron, but we believe it is a philodendron Pastazanum silver. You can see, if we can focus. There we go. You can kind of see the silver on the leaves there. It's really, really pretty. And it grows really quickly. So this leaf just came out. It's still not completely hardened. And if you can see it right there, there is a new leaf right behind it. Although that leaf looks really white. I hadn't noticed that before. Do you see that? Look at that. Is it gonna be like Albo? Oh my gosh, I will keep you guys updated on that. That is the weirdest thing ever. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited. I've never seen anything like that. They come out normally like a little bit lighter of a green, but that's almost white. Whoo! Okay, sorry, got a little excited. I'll keep you guys updated on that for sure. The next one that I have here, I believe, is a philodendron. Nope, is a Monstera pinipartita. There we go. Such cool leaves. They're very reminiscent of the Monstera Peru. You can see that really cool texture. How neat is that? Beautiful. This is another fairly fast grower. It tends to spit out leaf after leaf after leaf. Very cool plant though. Beside that, we have my Rhaphidophora cryptantha, who I had to cut back. So as you can see, she's just got some new growth here. These little teeny leaves are just simply the cutest thing you've ever seen. Look at that. And look at that teeny tiny one there. Focus. Focus. How cute is that? Sorry, a little excited. Anyway, so I've got that guy climbing. Eventually I'd like to get another, maybe I'll get just another one of these and put it on this side. So it's both the same plant growing up there. I don't know, we'll see. Moving along, we'll do this shelf here. So here we have one of my Anthurium forgetii. This is her new leaf, although it came out really wonky. I'm not really sure what happened there, but it's healthy. It looks good, it's healthy. Behind there we have my Hoya macrophylla, albo marginata, I believe is the whole painful term. It's doing okay. It's actually starting to put on some new leaves, and it hasn't in a while, so I'm just going to leave her right where she is. In front of that here, we have, this is part of my Philodendron Campospartuanum. And if you'll remember, I propagated this guy into a zillion pieces not long ago. And she is starting to grow back right here. So this is a brand new growth point. So we'll have some new leaves there soon. Okay, in behind here we have my my Mandula pothos. I absolutely love this plant. I put it on a little moss pole and it has actually, so if you don't know, they are painfully slow growers. See if I can get you in for a better view over here. So they are painfully slow growers. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and put her on this little pole. I thought it was kind of cute. And she has grown much faster since putting her on this pole. So if you have a Mandula pothos and it's growing really slow, give that a shot. It's just a little moss pole, but it seems to have done the trick. She's liking it. So we'll just let it happen. Okay, in front of that, I'm gonna take this down here, hold on. So this is my Anthurium valeniorum. So that leaf, and this little leaf here was the ones that I bought her with, and without dropping her, hold on, oh my goodness. There is her new leaf. How beautiful is that? Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed. So pretty. All right, I gotta put her up there with it, dropping her down. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so there, that is her new leaf. So stinking cute. Okay, we move down here. So here we have one of my little propagations of my Nepenthes, or my pitcher plant. They have these teeny tiny little pitchers that are just so stinking cute. One there, and then one right here. Behind that we have this begonia, who I need to move because she's hit the top of this shelf. Story of our lives, right? We're like, oh, these shelves are so great, they'll work so lovely, and then next thing you know, all of your plants have outgrown them. Good times. Hashtag plant people problems. Right here we have my Scindapsus trubii moonlight, who is doing really well. She's got a new leaf on the way there. Love this plant. Behind that we have my Hoya carrii albomarginata, who, as you can see, has a cute new little leaf coming in there. It's so adorable. And then, excuse me, there we have my Hoya sunrise, who definitely needs to be in a situation where there's much more light. She was quite sun-trussed and looking really great, and then I moved her over here and now she's not happy with me. It's still healthy. It looks pretty when it's sun-stressed, so I'm gonna have to move her out of there soon. Okay, so that's that shelf. So I have a few of my biggest plants to show you here next. And then the really, really big ones, you'll have to wait until the next video. So watch for that. So down here, this is my Philodendron mame. Here she is. Beautiful plant. Again, focusing issues. There we go. Look at that leaf. So pretty. So this plant has thrown out, oh look at this, this is a cute little piece of irrigation. So this plant actually threw out a whole nother new plant, similar to how, like, oh goodness, like snake plant would do, so kind of like rhizomatically. So now if we go down here and look, there is, if I can turn her, there is 1, 2, 3 plants. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Isn't that wild? So I'm constantly getting new leaves off this plant, off one or the other of the 3 plants that are in here. So that is a lot of fun. Love this guy. It grows really, really fast. And I'm trying to grow her a little bit more upright than the last one. So far, so good. So that is my philodendron mammy. Okay, the next plant that I want to show you is this absolute beast. So this is my Syngonium chiapense. These leaves are absolutely massive. This is her newest leaf here. And I know it's backlit, so it's so hard to see them. It's absolutely a beautiful plant, and it grows so fast. Like, this leaf just came out, isn't hardened off yet, and as you can see, there is a new little one already starting. They're just like one after another after another. It's wild. And then, so this guy I have on this pole. It's a self-watering pole with a stable base, and I got it from Trofolia. I absolutely am in love with this moss pole. My chiapense loves it. Look at all of these aerial roots. Isn't this crazy? Look at that. They're just everywhere. This is definitely a plant that wants to climb, and it starts climbing early. So if you have one of these and it's smaller, get it on a pole as soon as possible. And you will not be disappointed. This thing will just throw leaves out like nobody's business. It's amazing. I love it. So that is my Syngonium chiapense. Okay, now I'm gonna try to get you in here to see this big beast. So this is my Monstera Thai constellation, and I may have to rearrange some stuff just to get in here. Okay. Okay. So there is one of her leaves. This is the most recent leaf, and that wasn't even recent. It was probably 3-4 months ago, but finally she is putting out a new leaf, and I am so excited to see it. Looks like it's gonna be super fenestrated. Beautiful. So I can't wait to see that, because it is a beautiful plant and it's done so well. And she has some crazy aerial roots as well. Yes. So moving behind her is the beast herself. So this massive thing is my Dieffenbachia. It's hard to tell from back here, but those leaves are at least 2 times the size of my head. She is a big lady, and right now she is leaning. Oh, there's a dead leaf in there. I gotta get out. My bad. So what I have to do is propagate this guy. I've never propagated a Dieffenbachia, let alone one this massive. So I'll be doing that in a video coming up here soon. So that should be definitely interesting. So keep your eye out for that, because I'm sure it'll be a hot mess. But anyways, yeah, that is my ginormous Dieffenbachia. Down here is the beauty herself. So this is my Anthurium magnificum. So this leaf over here and this one are the ones that I got her with. This was a shipping leaf. And then this one came after I got her. And then this is her newest leaf. It's so pretty. And when I shoved her back in there. There you go. So there's her newest leaf. And like, it's huge. I mean, you know, it's big. So pretty. And then she's got an inflow right here that I am going to attempt to pollinate. And then she's got another one coming down here, which I may just cut off. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But she is big and beautiful and crazy. Okay. Okay, so that is, I think, where I'm gonna leave off today. Oh goodness, oh, I'm so sorry. This is my giant philodendron billieti. I just had to move her over here. She was over there, so her leaves kind of have turned towards the light. I definitely need to figure out a better situation for her, but she is still doing like so well. And I don't know if it comes off on camera how actually massive she is, but she's a big girl. Beautiful big leaves. Love this plant so much. But, so you can see why I don't need a second green one. She's enough for me. I don't need two. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's pretty much it for this part of the tour. So you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for this part and for this part. I'm not going to give you too much more than that, but there are some really cool things over there. So yeah, that's about it. So that's where we're going to leave it off today. I hope you enjoyed seeing the first part of my collection. And don't forget to stay tuned to my next video where I will show you the second part of my collection. So I'd like to thank all of you guys so much for liking and watching and commenting and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It is a huge help to my channel and I really do appreciate it. And that's about it. So I will let you go back to your busy lives. And remember, I love you all to bitty bis, and I would like you to have a great day, night, week, month, and year, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah!